Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. I'm David, and today, Venom, the Eddie Brock version. It leaves room for some different versions of Venom. Uh, you know, tough guy, and you kind of wonder why he's a hero. In fact, he kind of played for the heroes and for the villains. It makes him interesting. He is a promo figure, but if you buy the base game from Walmart, you do get him instead of Wasp. So, if you really like what you see here, you can acquire this character. Uh, that's my only pitch. So Venom in Marvel United is not heroic. You would not expect heroism from Venom, and to that end, you don't get it. You get two heroics, you get five movement, and you get a whole lot of punches. Two, three, five, six, seven, eight punches. He's not quite up there with a Thor, a Beta Ray Bill, but he's up there. Let's talk the bad stuff. He's got a single move, a single punch, and then another single move and two single punches on his specials. So his specials, not the best, at least in terms of symbols, but he does have five double symbol cards. It is move heroic, two move punches, and then a double punch and a move punch. I like the distribution there. He's a reasonable teammate. He's providing a decent amount of symbology to the next player. He's not as selfish as, say, like an Apocalypse. There's some good variety in what he can play. He doesn't feel hyper limited. You do want to stack the deck with another heroic character, probably right before him, so that he does have options on his turn. But let's get to his specials. So, Symbiote Enhancement is nothing hyper special, but I think is a solid card. It gives him a punch. He's going to pass that punch along, but then it also gives him a move and a punch. I like that he can split it up. I like that he could move and then double punch in a location of his choice. It's just like having more symbols. And given that he will probably have one to two symbols from a player before him, he can have a really awesome turn with four or five symbols. He can play this card at the start of the game, and he's not totally stuck. See, sometimes the first card is this kind of, okay, well, I guess I'll do this because I have to. It's it's just what it is, and I'm not going to have a good turn. If he plays Symbiote Enhancement first, he's still going to have a good turn. And then the next player is still going to have a decent turn because he's getting a punch plus whatever he plays. And I like that variety. I like that Venom's going to be well and do something important. Regeneration is nothing fantastic, but it's a good, solid ability. Drawing cards until you have three in your hand. It lets him heal. Now, it's not a consistent thing. It's a one-time effect. Right now, you play it because you've taken damage, because you're down to one card, and you need cards back. It's more effective than a location that lets you do it because you can do it from wherever you are. What I dislike is that it comes on a move, and so unless you're really set up by the player before you, you're just kind of stuck going, okay, well, I'm gonna move. I'm probably gonna get out of the way, and I've healed up. Great, good luck. Uh, Now, tracking is the complete opposite of this. Tracking, Venom's got a punch, and then he can move anywhere and punch there. Now, this is great late game because you are tracking down the boss and putting the damage on him. Uh, you want as many punches as you can get in that scenario, and that's probably how I would use it. However, an alternative is early game. You can jump halfway across the board, save yourself movement tokens, get to that really tough location. You've got two punches, use them. You can also punch where you're at with the punch on the bottom of this card, and then get out of dodge. Get away from that threat card, that henchman who's going to cause massive damage, and move. Move to somewhere else. Take out a thug that's going to potentially cause overflow if the villain were to land there or adjacent, and put too many thugs or civilians in that location. See, there's a lot of setup that can be done. Tracking is the best card Venom has. Is one of my favorite specials. I wish he had more like that. Uh, if there was ever a time for a character to have two of the same, it would be Venom and tracking. Yeah, I don't know. I really like tracking. I think it's one of the most helpful cards. Uh, but yeah, Venom, solid character, good abilities. I think requires a certain finesse to know how to play well because you don't have those heroics to depend on. And in certain villains, you need to really balance your heroic symbols. And with Venom not having enough, you can really get yourself in trouble with the wrong kind of team composition. But in the right type of villain scenario, if you need to just get through a bunch of henchmen, a bunch of thugs, Venom works really well. I could see Venom being great against like Magneto, where you don't want to rescue civilians and you really need to just take out thugs and keep those locations clear. Venom could be really great there. So, ideas. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time. Until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.